Hey guys, Alex here. So here we have the new iPhone 11 Pro Max. So this is uh, the new midnight green color. I think this is definitely one of the coolest colors. So here we have the 11 Pro Max. I mean here. So here we have the 11. Here we have the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max. I definitely like the Pro Max. As you can see, the stainless steel border is actually the same green color, and this back feels really cool. Something I realized is that you can actually scratch it with your nails, as you can see, but it can wipe off really easily. Did you see that? Do you see that? Yeah. So, as you can see, it's actually pretty durable. So let me put these ones back so that I'll use the 11 Pro. I'm at the Apple Store here. So let's see the cameras, as this is the main focus. That pun. So here we have the Apple Store with the normal view. This is the telephoto, normal, and now ultra wide. This is the one that's really important because this is the brand new one. As you can see, it distorts. So let me try to see. So as you can see, the iPhone 11, look how it stretches out. This is something that I am not a huge fan of. Look how it stretches out. Look at that. That's so weird. I mean, look how weird this is. I mean, this is an artifact with all ultra-wide lenses, but this is still really strange. I don't know if you'd want this in your video. Keeping it like this is definitely a lot better, but still, look at that. Anyway, when we go to the video side, one of the coolest things, in my opinion, at least when I heard the keynote, is that you can switch them live, see, as you're filming. Something that I've noticed, though, is that as you're filming, it doesn't always line up quite as perfectly as Apple said. So like I'm at 0.9. So I'm switching cameras, and you can see one of them is more purple than the other one. This is definitely noticeable, and it's a pretty big deal breaker, to be honest. Here, let me switch to the normal 11. That way it's easier for me to hold. That's the only reason. I mean, not the 11, the 11 Pro. So let me show you. If I film, unlike with the iPhone 10, you can switch the cameras as you're filming, which is definitely really cool. I'm just saying that you can kind of see a difference. Let me see if I can show you. So this one's doing a pretty good job. Let me see if I can show you. As you can see, one of them's brighter than the other. It's not quite as perfect to say that this is the best feature of the phone. But it is definitely something cool. These are some sample pictures, which, to be honest, they're really good, but they kind of look the same as the iPhone 11 sample pictures. I mean, the iPhone 10 sample pictures. They're impressive, but they're not that new, to be honest. So basically, the verdict here, again, I've just tested the cameras. The iPhone 11 feels great, but there's not that much new. And if you're wondering why I only featured the cameras, that's basically all that's new. The one thing that is new that actually makes this phone a really good thing is definitely the battery life. So they say here that this has up to 20 hours of video playback. So although you want to take that with a grain of salt, that is incredible. Like 20 hours, even though it's probably a bit probably a little bit over exaggerated, even like that, even if it only gets like 15, that's still incredible. So now let's just check out a few of the other phones, because other than that, the display should be brighter, as it should be able to have HDR content. There's no real app that I've seen that has any HDR content that I can test. It should be able to get really bright when displaying high dynamic range images. It also has a night mode, which I can't really test, but as you can see when I cover the cameras, a little thingy pops up here for night mode. So, yeah. Let's just go check out some of the other colors, just to show you. So here we have the gold, which other than the green, I think might be one of my favorites. I'm not really sure, like I'm torn between it. My least favorite is the black, even though that's usually my favorite. It's really kind of boring. Like this gold looks really cool. But I'm kind of torn between the green, the gold, and the white over there. Here's the black. It looks good, but it's kind of boring in my opinion. And it's not going. Okay, whatever. I usually hate white colored phones because they're even more boring. But this one, the reason I really like it and why I kind of think I might like this a lot more than usually I like white, is that because the glass is the matte glass, the one that feels like you're touching, like, I don't know how to compare it. It feels like you're touching almost like wood or maybe a very smooth concrete block. Like it's a little bit rough. It's not shiny. This almost makes it look like a metal phone, so it's really fun to hold it and feel that it's glass even though it looks and feels like metal. Yeah. Here we also have the iPhone 11s, which are basically the XRs, except that they have an ultra-wide camera, which I think is a lot better than having the zoom camera, because the zoom, you can digital zoom, and even though it's not as good, you can still do it. Well, this one has an ultra-wide, which you can't do, even digitally. And it's basically the same. You can do it live, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. So look. This video actually looks incredibly good. So the video is really good, but it's just not that, worth it, I guess. So let me show you. I mean, look how high quality that is. That's very high quality, actually. I'm impressed. And right now, obviously, this is a stream. But, I mean, look at that. The iPhone 10, which is the phone I have, is still pretty good. If only you could switch live, it would basically be the same thing, except without that ultra-wide. Yeah. Let me see if I can log on to YouTube, actually, on one of these phones and see if anyone's watching. Let me go to YouTube. I'm logging onto my own, I'm not logging in, I'm searching for my own channel. See if anyone's watching. So can't really check. Here's my thing. We're getting very close to 100 videos. And we're live. That the iPhone 10, which is the phone I have, is still. Wow, that's interesting. So we can create a parallax here. Yeah. I don't know how to access comments or anything, but anyway. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.